Tyrese Haliburton's struggles as of late have been a little bit concerning. Um, how do we feel about Tyrese Haliburton since the All-Star break, really, kind of since his injury, but since the All-Star break, since that's kind of the mile marker? How do we feel about that? And then how has the Pascal Siakam trade moved this team? Because personally, their struggles of late is incredibly concerning. We look at the month of March, he shot 27.7 from three. And the later that we got into the month, he got a little bit better. Looked like he was a little bit more comfortable shooting um, off balance and doing these crazy one-legged threes. He just didn't look comfortable doing in middle of February and beginning of March. He looks a little bit more comfortable now, but I mean, beginning of March, we're looking at 0 for 6, 0 for 6, 1 for 9, 1 for 8. I mean, it was really bad there for a minute. I mean, he was shooting 17% in the middle of March. So he brought it up a little bit. It is definitely concerning. He still gets his assists. He still looks really efficient. His turnover ratio is still good, but it's definitely a concerning thing to look at. And Pascal Siakam has stepped up a little bit. But I talked about this with a couple of people when the trade actually happened. Pascal Siakam does not help your team defensively, to a team that is allowing 120 points per game to NBA teams. So how do you feel about Tyrese Haliburton as of late? And how do you feel about Pascal Siakam looking back on this trade?
I'm gonna make it very simple. I think Pascal Siakam is a good ball player.
Yeah.
Obviously, my team traded away Tyrese Haliburton for Domantas Sabonis, and they made the playoffs last year. They're going to make the playoffs this year. So it's one of those rare win-win trades in the NBA. Even though everybody thinks that the Pacers fleeced the Kings, that's fine. Whatever, I don't care. You're obviously not watching what Sabonis is doing if you think they fleeced us. But it's very simple with Tyrese. The man is hurt.
You don't. Hey, whoa! You don't even have to watch it. Just go watch our video. It's
That's
up
true.
on YouTube. Go watch that, and you can see how good he's been. Look at that.
Tyrese is hurt, man, and he's playing to get to that 65 game thing
Yep,
so he can
exactly.
get all NBA awards, so he can get a max contract. Like, he's not at 100% health. He's literally only playing to get the bag, which is fine. That's his prerogative, but it's just hard to
Yeah.
judge the Pacers right now. I don't think they're going to be much of a threat in the playoffs because he's not at full. But you know what? The NBA made this mandate where you have to play 65 games to be eligible for certain awards, and when you have
Yeah.
those awards, I think it's the dumbest shit in the world that awards that are voted on by media is tied to the players' contracts. That's a complete joke, and they need to get rid of that in the next CBA.
Yeah.
Because being able to sign Tyrese Haliburton to a max contract extension based off of some shit that some guy who lives in New York or Chicago and never watches the Pacers thinks anyway is really stupid. As Domantas Sabonis was not an all-star this year. Again, just dumb. It's absolutely
Yeah.
dumb. But Tyrese is now playing hurt for money, which,
Yep.
hopefully he gets paid and he doesn't get done dirty like Isaiah Thomas did when he played hurt for your Boston Celtics and then they casted him aside. So,
Yep.
you know what? Hopefully Tyrese gets paid.
No, absolutely. It was exciting to watch Tyrese Haliburton, a unique player for today, right? I mean, the past 2 years we see Trae Young leading the league in assists, but we don't see Trae Young as that guy to lead the league in assists. We don't think of him that way, which is kind of funny. But we see Tyrese Haliburton, and he's almost thought of as like, oh man, he's like a pure pass guard. But then you look at it, it's like, bro, he's still putting up numbers, man. It's not like he's just this pure passing guy. He's still balling outside of that. So it's super interesting to see Tyrese Haliburton. He's a unique player in my eyes. I hope he can get more healthy for next year. Honestly, whoever they play in the playoffs it's not going to be fun for them in my opinion. So not for the opposite team, it's not going to be fun for the Pacers. I hope they get just kind of swept out, done, and then let him recover at that point. That's what I'm kind of hoping for there.